We head over to Kenya now, where William Odhiambo, managing consultant at Elim Consulting, is standing by. Good afternoon to you, William. Looking at the market down in today's trading session, what did you make of the performance in today's session?
Well, it was an average day in the market. We saw mixed fortunes for the insurance counters. Safaricom was still there, and the banking sector was ably represented. But all in all, obviously, you expect that more participation was seen in the market after the economic data were released today.
Indeed, that economic data was inflation coming in at 6.09% from a forecast of about 6.45%. So that's a big drop. Did you expect that kind of drop to come through?
Well, not at all, Mashudu. Most of us were looking at a drop within 1 percentage point to maybe 1.1. So this was a shocker to everyone because that was huge. The drop was quite huge. But I think it's mainly because the cost of food has gone down after the rains did not disappoint earlier this year. The cost of fuel has also gone down. So you'd expect that the inflation would respond accordingly.
So we're sitting in a low inflation environment there in Kenya, really giving room for the central bank to maneuver in next week's session, where they're due to announce interest rates. But when you look at the shilling, what kind of impact will a rate cut have on the shilling and the type of rates we are seeing on the inflation front?
Well, first, the central bank has been quite busy this year, and even today they were in the market to mop out about 14 billion. And that will continue to be the case. Now, a drop in the inflation rate would obviously translate into something of a sort of a drop by the MPC in the central bank rate. We're looking at maybe a drop to something to do with 15% or even less. Looking at the inflation as it is today, and of course we are looking at probably lower rates coming in the coming month. So we should see a drop in the CBR.
Looking at some of the results that were out, we had Mumia's Sugar full year pre-tax profit down about 1/3%. What are your thoughts on the numbers, and what was the market reaction to these numbers?
First, Mumia's Sugar has had, basically speaking, Mumia's Sugar has the right fundamentals for any counter in the market. It is expected to perform better than this. However, due to bad weather last year, they have registered the kind of profits that they have. Most of us think that I think they should have performed much better than they did, but we'll give them the benefit of doubt and hope that in the future the performance will be much better. The market was not as immediate in terms of response. I'm looking at maybe better responses next week in terms of most people who might want to buy out of the counter.
Well, that's where we have to leave it. Thank you so much for joining us, William. That was William Odhiambo, managing consultant at Elim Consulting.